Hey guys, it's Marco from the MRM channel, back with another video. I know it has been some time since I last uploaded, and that's due to, well, it's all my fault, but that's partly because my schedule has gotten busy and I just really haven't found the time to, record, upload, edit videos and all that sort of stuff. But regardless, today's video, this is kind of like a mini sort of comeback in a sense, because today's video is a really special one. I've been super excited to do this, I've been waiting a long time, and today's video I will be reacting to the official trailer for DC Studios' Superman, starring David Corenswet, Rachel Brosnahan, and Nicholas Hoult. It is written and directed by James Gunn as well, and for those of you who do watch the channel, you probably know that I did do a teaser trailer reaction a few months ago. There has been some other promotional material that has come out after the teaser trailer, like a 5-minute sneak peek of, I think, the opening scene of sorts, as well as a behind-the-scenes look, but I didn't really cover those because, I don't know, I didn't really think there was a lot of content in it. I mean, it would have been cool to cover, but I think after there wasn't really sort of anything new or interesting adding to the plot, but this is the official trailer, so there is going to be some new stuff to the film. I mean, I've been super excited about it. As you guys know, I am a massive Superman fan, as you can see up there on my wall, and I'm also wearing my Superman t-shirt. Wrong era once again, but yeah, I am really excited for this trailer, and then after I do my reaction to the trailer, I'll of course be giving my thoughts as well as just a quick update on any content that I've got planned. But with that out of the way, this trailer's been on my mind for quite some time and I've been looking forward to watching it, so let's get into it right away. Yeah, okay, here we go. Superman official trailer by James Gunn. Here we go. DC Studios.
Are you being serious right now?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
You'd
Lois
let me
and Clark?
interview you as Superman.
Huh?
Sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
What?
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Whoa, alright.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for
I
what
know,
some
it's a
might.
lot of
it's
fire,
a
but-
lot.
Oh, okay, getting thrown again. Alright, so
Today,
that's
the
the teaser.
Secretary of Defense said
Pentagon.
he was going to look into your actions.
Oh, Rick Flag Sr.
That's funny.
My actions? I stopped a war.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah, is this the one with
Not
Baratheon?
maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered the
engineer,
country.
This is how you're gonna
Ultraman.
be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman.
Oh, shit.
Did you consult with the president?
Lex Luthor?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States will
representing
cause
anybody
more
except for me.
problems around
Oh.
the world.
And doing good.
Okay.
I
See
would
that
question
shot?
myself in the same situation and
Hammer Baratheon?
consider the consequences.
People were going to die.
Whoa.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Oh, okay, that's kind of funny. James Gunn. Oh, Fortress of Solitude. What? Whoa! Whoa, the engineer. Oh no!
Your choices,
Oh,
your actions. That's
Whoa, what is-
what makes you who you are.
all Parkhead. July 11th. This is terrific. Oh, he looks awesome.
Man. He's not a man.
Oh,
He's an
Metamorpho.
it.
Holy moly!
It's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation.
Oh, here we go, the Justice
I
Game.
will not
Engineer. Engineer.
accept that.
Lex.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
Hey, Market! Oh, Kaiju. Oh, was that Will Reed cameo? Hey, Jimmy. Yes, Marker. Lex.
You have a dog?
Hey! Crypto. Oh, dude! Dude! Oh, man. Alright. Okay, well, that trailer was only 3 minutes. As you can probably tell from the video, I am very, very excited. Oh, dude, that was so good. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna... I have so many thoughts on this. This is so crazy. Alright, I'm gonna pause it there for now. I'm gonna watch the trailer a second time, and then after I watch it that second time, I will be giving my thoughts and reaction... Well, my thoughts on the trailer. But, man, I have a lot to say. I really enjoyed that. But regardless, I will see you guys in just a moment. Oh my god, alright. I have so much to say on that trailer. I mean, it was a trailer I was not expecting. Okay, there were a few things I was expecting with the trailer, but there were also a lot of things in it that I was completely not expecting. After watching it 2 times, there was so much stuff. I mean, first time watching it, I was just more focused on the visuals and the foreground and all that sort of stuff. But watching it second time, I was able to pay more attention to sort of the details, the sort of hidden kind of stuff that I didn't notice the first time watching it. But man, this trailer, it gave me all the feels. It gave me all the feels. I mean, what was really great about watching it is that I don't know, but it just felt... This trailer really felt like it was a comic book come to life. There has been a lot of criticisms from people who prefer another Superman. Wink, wink, wink. Anyway, but there was a lot of criticism with some people saying that it was going to be too jokey, you know, like it's going to be too kid stuff, all that sort of thing. But I feel like that's what comics are meant to be. I mean, there are definitely some mature age comics, you know, like for older audiences, you know, young teens, all that sort of stuff. But there are a lot of comics for younger kids. And considering Superman, because of his characterization, who he is, all that sort of stuff, I definitely think he's a character that has a broad appeal to a large audience. So, and I think this film was able to encapsulate it really, really well. Like instantly from the get-go, it just feels like there's a lot more lively energy to it. It really feels like it's a film that anybody can access, anybody can watch, and they can enjoy it. You know, even if you don't know Superman that well, I feel like there's going to be moments in the film where you get to know who he is, where he's from, you know, and considering how much of the lore is incorporated. I mean, you know, we've got the Fortress of Solitude, you know, Crypto, for example. I know I haven't really mentioned that, and Crypto was kind of first seen in the sneak peek from, you know, a few weeks ago, but yeah, you know, we're getting so much of the lore. We're getting the Superman robots from All-Star Superman, as well as various other Superman stories. James Gunn has said that All-Star Superman was a big inspiration for this film. As I mentioned in the teaser trailer reaction, that Solaris, who was like this sort of energy being, who we got a better look at, it didn't really look like Solaris, but regardless, he is one of the main antagonists of All-Star Superman. But regardless, yeah, this film, it just feels like a comic book come to life. I don't want to spend too much talking about it, but honestly, there was so much I loved about the trailer. But regardless, I just want to kind of go through it, I guess, break it down, so to speak. So, for example, first thing I'm about to talk about was the fact that I found it interesting that Lois Lane already knows that Clark is Superman. That was something that was right off the bat as well. Like, this wasn't, you know, something they were alluding to or anything like that. It was straight up like, Clark is like, yeah, I want you to interview me as Superman. So clearly this must be a sort of, you know, year 3, year 4 kind of Superman in a sense. You know, he's already, you know, flourished as the character. Clearly him and Lois have developed a relationship. They're now living together as well. So, and the fact that, you know, Lois knows that Clark is Superman is somewhat interesting. So clearly this is set in a period where Superman is a pre-existing hero, which I think is really cool. I think that's pretty neat as well. But then progressing through the trailer, they mentioned the fact that Superman was involved in a war of some kind, and there were rumors that he was meant to be involved with like some sort of conflict in Baravia. One of the adversaries he fights, and you'll probably see in a shot I'll include, there's this individual in a suit of armor who like shoots these like heat beams into a building. He's like, you know, choking Superman, all that sort of stuff. That's apparently meant to be the villain known as the Hammer of Baravia. Apparently he's actually an original villain, not a new one. He's an original villain, not one from the comics. He was created for the film, so that's somewhat interesting. He kind of comes across as like a Metallo parasite kind of character. I don't know. We don't really know too much about that as well. But I really like the fact that there was a bit of conflict between Lois and Clark. The fact that Clark tried to stop this war in Baravia because people were in danger, whereas Lois is thinking about the political aspects of it. And I think that's a really interesting thing to highlight, because Superman has always been this character where he wants to do good. You know, he wants to help people around the world, but because of political tensions, you know, political, I guess, battlegrounds, all that sort of stuff, he just hasn't been able to go that extra step further, which kind of leads me to believe why this is still like an early year Superman, because he still hasn't kind of figured out that this isn't really sort of something you can be doing. Like, yeah, you can help people, but also it's not really something you can just kind of push into, you know, just dive into without any sort of consequences. So I really like that. I like that there are some consequences to Superman's actions as well. Then I guess moving on, what was interesting was, we also got some new looks at Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. I have a theory that, I could be wrong, and maybe it's just because the way the trailer was edited, it just felt like it. I'll include the clip, but I have a feeling Lex Luthor is potentially president in the film, because at one point Lois says to Clark that Clark didn't confer with the president.
Did you consult with the president?
And it literally just focuses on Lex Luthor. So it leads me to believe that Lex might be president. Like, who knows? And it would make sense as well if Lex is president. You know, he has this vendetta against Superman, and there were so many good shots of Lex. Like, I'm going to get to Lex in a minute, but, you know, considering Lex does have a vendetta against Superman, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that he is president and he's kind of framing Superman. He's like, you know, he went to, you know, deal with this war in Baravia and all that sort of stuff, and then he's just painting him in a bad light as well. And of course, another character is Rick Flag Sr., played by Frank Grillo, who is meant to be related to Rick Flag Jr., who unfortunately died in the Suicide Squad. Another James Gunn film, if you guys have seen it. And it looks like from the film, from the trailer, he also assembles like a team of metahumans. So the Engineer, this Ultraman character who has been like mystery for so long, and of course there are other superhuman characters, but I will get to them. There is so much I want to unpack, but yeah, no, that was pretty interesting seeing Rick Flag. And the Engineer is someone I want to touch on briefly, because as far as like I was concerned, and a lot of DC fans were concerned, we didn't really know a lot about the Engineer. I mean, outside of like, I knew who she was from the comics, the fact that she's part of the Authority. We didn't know anything else. We didn't know what else she did. You know, the fact that her design in the comics is very different to the film. But this one actually gave a great display of her power set. The fact that she kind of has like this bio-nanotechnology that she seems to change into weapons as well. There was a great action sequence in the trailer where she's taking on the robots in the Fortress of Solitude. Unfortunately, rest in peace to those robots, who are going to be absolutely brilliant characters. I'm gonna be crying about these robots. You know, even though they don't really have proper emotion, they're not human, they're not really organic life. It's gonna be so sad. And apparently she even takes on Krypto, which is really neat. So Krypto gets his own action sequence as well. And then Ultraman as well. I'm assuming it's Ultraman because he's got a U on his chest. I don't know, I'm just speculating. He seems to have a bit of a fight with Superman as well. So it really looks like Superman's gonna be up against the ropes against these villains and all that sort of stuff. So really excited to see what happens there. But of course, yeah, as I said, the big thing I do want to talk about is Lex Luthor, because we got some new shots of him as well. Honestly, I am so excited for Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. Nicholas Hoult is an incredible actor. As you know, I've done a review on Nosferatu, and I talked about his performance in that review as well. I'll be linking that somewhere up here. You can check it out there. But something I'm really liking about Lex Luthor is that we are finally returning to a villain who wants to take down the hero purely because they hate them. Like, just looking at Lex Luthor, all the scenes, like in the teaser trailer, in this trailer, all of that, just seeing Lex just seethe, just be so angry towards Superman, you know? Honestly, it's what I want. You know, it was something I was thinking about a while ago, is the fact that it really feels like we don't have any more traditional villains, I mean. We don't have just the classic hero, the classic villain. I keep screwing that up, but the classic villain of just, they go after the hero because they just hate the hero. I feel like the last time we really got something like that, and do correct me in the comment section below if I'm wrong, but I feel like the Reverse Flash in the CW Flash TV show with Grant Gustin, I actually think it's the last time. Now, I understand he kind of changed a lot throughout the show and all that sort of stuff, but he was one of the first villains that went after the hero purely because he hated him. Everything he did was out of hatred for the hero. And I feel like since then, we haven't really gotten a proper villain that just hates the hero. They're always doing it for some sort of other motive. It's never to actually attack the hero. Like, I look at Thanos, for example. I know it's meant to be a DC video, I'm talking about Superman, but let's touch on Thanos just quickly. The fact that Thanos, he only wants to take down the Avengers because they're an obstacle. It's not because that's the ultimate threat. That's the threat he wants to take down. They're just an obstacle to his goal, you know? Otherwise, if the Avengers weren't there, he'd just do it. Like, he'd just collect the Infinity Stones, snap his fingers, and half the universe goes. So, yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, to see Lex just seethe, just, you know, have, like, a deep hatred, man, I am so stoked. I mean, I can't wait for his characterization. I can't wait for the interactions between him and Superman. There was in the behind-the-scenes video, there was a shot of, like, Superman walking down a hallway. I think it was Luthor Corps. Oh, man, when he comes face-to-face with Lex, it's going to be so good. And even when he enters the Fortress of Solitude, I really love the fact that he's just this, not really stone face, but just this lifeless, passionless man, and he's just focused on destroying Superman, pretty much. He's just focused on destroying Superman. But anyway, moving on, we did get some more scenes of the Justice Gang that comprises of Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, and Hawkgirl, which I think was really good. We didn't really see too many action sequences. We probably saw more with Mr. Terrific. We saw him like exiting a ship, having his own action sequence. It looked like we had a POV shot of him taking down some Luthor Corps security drones. I don't know, but it looked pretty cool for the most part. We also get a new shot of Metamorpho. I also wanted to rectify a mistake I made. I said in the teaser trailer reaction that you get a close-up of like this individual with blue eyes and kind of like this messy face and all that. I initially said that was like Bizarro, potentially, but then after reviewing the footage and having a look, and a lot of people confirmed it did end up being Metamorpho, who is being played by Anthony Carrigan, which I think is really, really great. But already just from the trailer, we get more of Metamorpho. We did see some behind the scenes shot of Metamorpho in the behind the scenes video, which is great. But something I noticed with Metamorpho is it looks like he's actually like being exploited by Lex to capture Superman, because at one point in the trailer, you do see him, his fist is kind of like this light green, and I reckon he actually has been able to change his fist into kryptonite, because for those of you who don't know Metamorpho, he's essentially this superhero who can, like, he's made up of like elements. He can like change his body, his physiology into like different elements and all that sort of stuff. So clearly he must have figured out a way to change like certain parts of his body into kryptonite, which I think is pretty neat. It's possible he could be the one in the Ultraman suit, which explains why he's able to go toe-to-toe with Superman, but it wouldn't explain how he can fly. But anyway, but yeah, so we got more of that. We also got a really, really great look at the Kents as well, Pa and Ma Kent. We did get a look at Pa Kent in the teaser trailer, but there wasn't really much interaction there. It was just him and Clark. But this time we actually got, you know, a decent look at Pa Kent. Looks like we get a bit of history, you know, with Clark growing up on the Kent farm and all that sort of stuff, which is great. And the fact that we get some Pa Kent wisdom. Then, of course, we get a great look at Ma Kent. And I really like the fact that, you know, she says, "Oh, I cleaned your boots for you, honey." I think that's just like a really funny line. But, well, not really funny, but I just think it's such a heartfelt line because, you know, in other iterations of Superman, it always seems like it's just Mark Kent that's around, and, you know, Clark's off to the big city, and, you know, Mark Kent's kind of left in Smallville. So it really looks like the Kents are going to have some play here, and we're really going to see more of Clark in Smallville, which is great because in the comics we do see that a lot, so I'm really glad they're bringing that. But I just think it's such a heartfelt moment where she goes, "I cleaned your boots for you, honey." And you just see, you know, David starting to get changed as well. Speaking of David Corenswet as Clark Kent Superman, the big thing I wanted to mention, and this was kind of a big point of contention, mostly because we didn't know too much. I feel like I'm talking a lot, but because we didn't know too much, and that was how well was he going to contrast between Clark and Superman. And just in like the first few seconds when like Lois goes, "You want me to interview you as Superman?" He's just like, yeah. And then he goes, "All right." And then she goes, "All right, Superman." And he goes, "Miss Lane." Like, the way he just switched up so well. Oh my god, it was too good. I mean, whether it's on the same level as Christopher Reeve, because I do believe Christopher Reeve nailed the duality of the roles. As you guys know, I'm a massive Superman the movie fan. But, you know, whether David Corenswet can achieve that same level of duality, from what I've seen so far, it's pretty good. I mean, it's not too clear, and I guess because he's in a more intimate setting with Lois, and because Lois knows who he is, but just the way he was able to just be like, go from, yeah, to like a deep sort of confident voice. Oh man, it was really, really good. And then some other shots as well. Oh, there was a shot with him and Jimmy in the Daily Planet, which I thought was really great. We haven't really seen much of Perry White yet. I'd like to see more, because we did see him in the behind-the-scenes look, but regardless, I'd like to see more of Perry White. But just to see that him and Jimmy have got like this great sort of buddy relationship, I think is really, really cool as well. We also got to look at Sarah Sampaio as Eve Tessmacher. She seems to be, well, she's meant to be the girlfriend of Lex Luthor. Looks like she's an influencer of some kind, because she was like taking a selfie while Superman's in a battle and all that sort of stuff. What else was there that I really enjoyed? A lot more of a kaiju fight, because there is meant to be a kaiju. We did see some brief moments of it, but it really looks like there's going to be a full-on, like, you know, fisticuffs, you know, Battle of the Titans kind of fight, which is pretty neat. I also mentioned in the reaction that there's a brief shot of, like, a billboard in the background. There's, like, a news presenter there, and I mentioned that there's meant to be a Will Reeve cameo. The reason I say that is because Will Reeve is the son of Christopher Reeve, you know, the most iconic Superman in my opinion. And he did mention that he shot a cameo for Superman as well. So potentially it could be in the billboard. I did have another look in the second viewing. It might be, it might not be. I don't know. I'll have to have a look again. Yeah, so we get to see more of that. Something else I also really liked. I know I'm talking a lot, but I'm just going to add just a couple more tidbits as well. But something else I also really liked is when Superman, he like crashes to the earth and there's actually people of Metropolis helping him. I think it's really great. I think that's a really, really good shot as well, because it goes to show that Superman is like a hero of the people. You know, it really felt like, and I know I'm probably going to maybe anger some people or maybe annoy some people. I don't really know. But it felt like past iterations, yes, I am talking about the Henry Cavill one. It felt like his Superman was definitely not a champion of the people. It didn't really feel like he was someone among the people. He was always portrayed as this godlike figure. I understand that's what Snyder was trying to go for, but Superman isn't meant to be a god. He isn't meant to be someone that's above the people. He's meant to be with the people. And so the fact that he has developed this level of trust with the citizens of Metropolis that they're willing to help him during a battle, I think it's really, really great characterization. I don't know how that's going to progress. I don't know how that relationship is going to be, because we do see that the citizens of Metropolis are still kind of annoyed at Superman about probably the battle with the kaiju. I mean, it'll be pretty interesting. Let's see. Or even the war in Baravia that he stopped. Who knows? But yeah, I thought that was a really, really great shot, and I think it really sort of shows the human aspect of Superman. The fact that, you know, he's not just this all-powerful being that can do everything. You know, he can rely on others to help him. But then the final thing I wanted to talk about was I really liked the moment where Superman, I think he's fighting the kaiju, maybe the Hammer of Baravia. He's like, "Hey buddy, eyes up here."
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
And then he's just like ready to fight. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying Superman should be spitting out one-liners and all that sort of stuff, but I just think it's really cool how, like, I understand he's trying to distract him and be like, you know, I'm the guy you're after. And I guess that's something else, is the fact that he's willing to put his life on the line, you know. Even though it may seem like a quick one-line, you're like, oh, that's kind of funny. You also have to think about, you know, people are probably in danger, and he's trying to get the villain away from danger. So he's like trying to keep him distracted, trying to keep him focused on himself pretty much. So I think that's a really cool line as well. But regardless, this trailer was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, there was so much stuff in it I absolutely loved. Yeah, as I mentioned, there was so much stuff I loved. The film does come out in July 11, so I'm definitely going to be there day one for the film. But yeah, I am super excited for it as well. Before I do wrap up the video, there are just a few things I wanted to, I guess, sort of update on in terms of content. Because as I said, it has been some time since I last uploaded a video. I think the last video I uploaded was the Nosferatu review, or maybe the Daredevil Born Again trailer reaction. I don't know. I'll have to have a look. Those will be linked up there, down there. Who knows? But just a quick update, because I did release a channel update video for February, and I know we are in May, so it has been like 2.5 months. Great planning on my behalf. But anyway, so I guess just an update. What I'm doing is I do have some other reviews I do want to edit. As I said, I've got a Sonic 3 review, Creature Commandos, a real pain. I've got Reacher, because I watched season 3 of Reacher like a month or so ago. I want to do a review on all 3 seasons of Reacher. Invincible as well, something else I wanted to cover as well. And then recently I went to see Conclave as well, so if you guys want to see a review on that, do say so in the comment section below, but I'll probably end up doing a review for that as well. But what else? Oh, and then also something else I wanted to add was I'm going to be trying a new format just to be able to produce content a lot more quicker, you know, not spending too much time in the edit. And that's just going to be quick reviews. It sounds pretty self-explanatory, where I'll go see a film, do the out-of-theater reaction, come back, and then essentially the quick review is just like a quick 5-minute video. I'll just be like, this is what I thought of the film, this is what I thought. Like, it's almost like an initial reaction. It's not like an in-depth review, but it's just like a quick sort of surface level review about what I thought was great, what I thought wasn't great. But of course, if you guys want to see like the full-length reviews and all that sort of stuff, then comment down below if you want to see them. I'll probably still shoot them and release them anyway, but yeah. But anyway, I just want to let you guys know that I am going to be releasing more content over the next few weeks. It is going to take me some time, so thank you guys for being so patient. This video may come out a bit later than normal compared to my other trailer reactions, but yeah, because I've just got some other stuff going on. But regardless, yeah, really excited with the trailer. Really glad to have shared my thoughts on it. I've just clocked over 20 minutes. Probably stop talking. But as always, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below what you thought of the Superman official trailer and whether you are excited for the film or not. I'd love to start a discussion about it. But regardless, thank you guys for watching the video. And as always, keep watching movies.